Hello everyone, my name is Sapan and I'm working with Click2Cloud as a part of technical support team. Today we are here to demonstrate you the process for installation of OpenShift with .NET capabilities using some simple installation scripts. But before we move ahead, let's get to know a little more about our company. Click2Cloud provides solution having capability to run a Windows application on OpenShift Cloud. Let's move ahead with the demonstration and see the topologies that will be implemented here. As you can see, we are going to deploy Linux Broker, Linux Node, and Windows Node to run Windows applications on OpenShift environment using our simple installation scripts. The IP and host name displayed with Linux Broker, Linux Node, and Windows Node will be used in this demonstration. Here is the architecture diagram of OpenShift. As you can see here, the broker is going to communicate with Linux node and Windows node using ActiveMQ services and SSHD services. A developer can connect to the broker REST API using RHC command line tool, and the end user can connect to the respective applications through load balancer. Now let's see this in action. The first steps is Linux broker deployment. In order to deploy Linux broker, we first need to plan DNS configuration and system requirements. In this demonstration, the configuration used is displayed on your screen. As you can see, we are using apps.example.com for cloud domain where we are going to host our application. Openshift.example.com will be used for OpenShift hosts. Broker.openshift.example.com will be used for broker FQDN. For system requirements, we are using the OS and other parameters as shown on the screen. We are using a Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6.6 with OSE subscription for OS. The RAM used is 10 GB with 150 GB hard disk and 4x core processor. This configuration being used for demonstration is not the minimum requirement. For host name, we are using broker.openshift.example.com. Now that we saw DNS configuration and system requirement, let's discuss prerequisites. For Linux Broker, the supported operating system is 64-bit version of Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6.4 or higher. For this demonstration, we are using Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6.6 base 64 image on a 10 GB droplet. There are various methods for deploying OpenShift Enterprise, but for this demonstration, we'll be using OSE v2 installation script. Make sure you're connected to the internet. For deployment, you'll get the installation script with your OpenShift.NET Solution Kit. You can also download the scripts using the given commands on your screen. We need install.sh and OpenShift.sh scripts. Now let's see the deployment in action. We have logged into a Linux broker server and we have already downloaded both the scripts. Let's run install.sh script. Once you run the script, you'll see this main menu. We'll come to these options one by one. Let's first go with install broker. Press 1 to install broker. Next, it will ask you for a Red Hat subscription account. As we already specified that to install OpenShift Enterprise, we require Red Hat OpenShift Enterprise account, without which we cannot install OpenShift Enterprise. Press yes to provide information. Enter your Red Hat username, your password, your pool ID. You will get this ID with a subscription account. It is required to download the OpenShift packages from the Red Hat site. Once you enter the pool ID, it will ask you for mcollective password. You can either enter the password manually or it will generate a random password for you. Enter yes for MongoDB For OpenShift, enter your passwords here. Next, it will ask for the domain name. As we have already specified a domain name, let's enter it. apps.example.com. It is a cloud domain where all the applications will get hosted. Your host domain, your broker FQDN. Next, it will ask you for broker IP address. It will ask you for selecting the gear size. We have three options. For this demonstration, we'll be selecting small. Next, it will ask you to confirm all the information that you have provided. Press yes. Next, it will start with OpenShift Enterprise deployment. It will take an hour for this to finish. After an hour, you can see that the installation has completed. You can see the services deployed over here, and you can also see the generated password. Press enter to continue. Next, to check whether the broker has successfully installed, go for option 3, check broker. After selecting that option, you can see all the services, all the deployed services and the installed packages. Once it gets done, you can see the PaaS message. That will mean that the broker has successfully deployed. Press enter to continue. Now go to Openshift Console and see if the site is working or not. Enter 6 to exit. Before logging into console, reset the demo user password. Here is the command. It will ask you to enter the new password. After updating the password, log into the console and check whether the site is working or not. Open the OpenShift console from a browser. Enter the OpenShift URL over here. It would be your broker FQDN or broker IP address of your server. Provide your demo username and password. Here you can see that your OpenShift broker has successfully deployed, and you can see the console. But we can't create our first application yet, as we don't have any cartridges available over here. We will require a node where we will deploy the cartridges. For Windows based cartridges, we require Windows node, and for Linux based cartridges, we require Linux node. In the next part of OpenShift Enterprise installation script series, we'll see the deployment of Windows node.